Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the physics of how things move. Believe it or not, the answer comes down to two basic types of motion. Let's dive in.
So first up is momentum. Every moving object has it. It's all about mass and velocity.
A bowling ball is way harder to stop than a baseball at the same speed. That's because its mass gives it more momentum.
And the math is super simple. Momentum, which we call P, is just mass times velocity. Now, if you want to change an object's momentum, you're going to need one thing, a force. And that change in momentum, we call it impulse. It's the bridge between force and time.
You can actually get the impulse formula straight from Newton's famous F equals ma equation.
This is why even a small push, if you do it long enough, can get a stalled car moving. If you graph it, impulse is just the area under the curve of force versus time. So when objects collide, like pool balls, they're basically just transferring momentum between each other. Now, in a perfect world, you'd have an elastic collision, where absolutely no energy is lost. But, in reality, most collisions are inelastic. Some energy always escapes as heat or sound. Okay, let's switch gears from straight lines to circles, where things get a little different.
Here, instead of distance over time, we talk about angular speed, so how much angle is covered.
Even at a constant speed, the object is accelerating. Why? Because its direction is always changing. And that constant change in direction means there has to be a force pulling it toward the center. So centripetal force isn't some new mysterious force. It's just a job that other forces do. All right, you ready for a quick quiz? Let's see what you've picked up. First up, which of these has more momentum? The bowling ball or the baseball? It's the bowling ball. That huge mass gives it a much bigger momentum, even though it's slower. Okay, next question. What do you call it when you apply a force over a period of time? You got it. That's impulse. Remember the stalled car example? That's it in action. Question 3. When is kinetic energy not conserved? Elastic or inelastic collisions? Yep, inelastic collisions. That's where you lose energy, which describes pretty much every real-world crash. Okay, next one. Why is something moving in a circle always accelerating? Because its velocity is constantly changing. Not the speed, but the direction. And for the last question, let's go back to the moon. What force keeps it in orbit? That would be gravity. It's playing the role of the centripetal force for the moon's orbit.
If you liked this video, then don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.